Hi everyone, my name is Bianca. I'm also known as Honeybee on this channel, and I usually come on here to talk about the shifts that I feel that we're going to be going through this year, particularly in 2023 and beyond. There's so many things that are happening, guys, like so many things, and we can feel it energetically. So I like to come here and share my wisdom, my insight, and everything that just feels bright. So in this video, I definitely want to talk about shifting from doing to being. And usually I talk a lot about the shifts and different shifts of mindset, different shifts of lifestyle, different shifts on perceptions as well. And this one is definitely something that we all can resonate with. We live in a world where we have to do so much. Like just now, before doing this video, I had to do my laundry. I had to get my hair ready because I just like took out the braids and I've got like a lot of hair, and it was just a lot of doing, just doing. And for a second, I said, let me just eat. I just want to eat. And while I was eating, I just zoned out. Like I switched off, like I put my phone down and I just sat in the garden and for a moment, I was just being. I was just being present, present at eating my food, present at like just being still, basically. And this is so important that I was like, we are so busy doing things. We've got a whole to-do list and we've got so many things to do and to tick off and everything, but none of us have time to just be still, be present, be available, be sociable, be be calm, be in this moment right now. And for me, I feel like being, the world of being is just feminine, and the world of doing is very masculine. And of course, this western civilization and this western culture, and just naturally the culture, the world that we live in is driven by masculine energy. It's driven by constantly doing so much. And if we could just take the time to just be as well, because we're both made of both energies. That's what I believe. We're both made out of masculine and we're both made out of feminine. And the feminine is all about just being present, being calm, being nurturing, being kind, being at peace, being loving, being social, being all of the things that we want to be in life. But we can never be, because we are told to do certain things before we become certain things. And that's a lot of information, that's a lot of revelation to swallow in one sentence, in one lifetime. When you live in a world of constantly doing, best believe you will always feel exhausted. Like I just was looking at my life and realizing that I am quite tired. I'm tired of the rat race. I'm tired of constantly working day in, day out just to live. And within that doing constantly, I'm not even being alive. I'm not being fun. I'm not having a fun life. I don't feel like I'm being in the moment or being present or being sociable with all that work and with all the stress and with all the constant doing just to make a living. Yeah, it's a lot of revelations and it's a lot of like downloads and a lot of insight. But think about it. When you shift from doing to being, you are being present, you're being with yourself, and you're being aware of the things that are happening around you. But when you're constantly doing, you feel exhausted. You feel like nothing is making sense. You never feel satisfied because you're constantly needing more. You're constantly consuming more. You're constantly on the go. And you're never allowing your vehicle, your being, to be at rest, to being calm, to being at a standstill. I really like this idea of balancing these two worlds of doing versus being, because we cannot be who we want to be without just constantly living in the doing world. Our doing does not fulfill our being. Some of us are doing jobs that we don't like. What we don't like the jobs that we are doing. That does not mean that that's who we want to become. Do you understand? And I think when we shift our narratives and shift our mindsets from moving away from the constant doing of things and actually coming into a center of being, things become spiritual, things become aligned, things become more, what's the word? Things become more um, calm, more in our being. Think of a word. Things become centered. That's the most important thing, is that our being needs to be centered with every doing that we're doing, and like I said earlier this year, I do believe that the world we live in now is very, very spiritual. So our being is taking the center stage out of everything we do, and we're going to come into a realization and a reflection of, why do we do what we do? Why do we chill with people we don't want to chill with? Why do we go to a work that we don't like? Why do we live in places that are expensive? And why do we, buy clothes that we don't really need? Why do we constantly feed ourselves with negativity? Why do we constantly need this validation from outside of ourselves? It's constant doing. It's constant, doing. And I think I'm repeating myself, but I hope you get the message that we need to shift from doing to being. Practice that this week. Practice being present. Practice removing your phone from, the dinner table. Practice being with a person. Practice listening. Practice being calm. Practice being still. Practice just breathing, practice being alive. What does alive mean to you? Being alive. Practice being happy. What does being happy mean to you? These are concepts that we need to consider going forward within the shifts that we're going to be going through. And yeah, I just sat with myself and I was like, I'm doing so much, but I'm not being present. I'm not being happy. With all the doing that I've done, I just feel like, damn, like I gotta be more of myself. I gotta be more centered within myself, be more present with myself. And I think since I've done so many changes in my life, I really feel present. I really feel like I'm in my true being. But sometimes I do get tricked off, and I do get, the world naturally makes us feel like we gotta self-sabotage ourselves just to, be part of a world that's just malfunctioned and that's quite glitching, um but yeah, think about it. Let me know in the comment section also, what does shifting from doing to being look like to your life and to you personally, because it can mean so many things. It could mean being more spiritual, being more present, being more sociable, being more loving, being more kinder to yourself and kinder to your world, being more content with what you have instead of trying to consume so much. Think about it. And I think with these shifts, you'll see that all the videos connect with each other, because when you're in your being, you will start consuming less, and you'll start creating more. You will start co-creating the life you want to live. You'll start living the life you want. You will start being the person you want to be, instead of consuming a lifestyle that does not do you well. Yeah. I am Honeybee. Thank you so much for listening to me. And if this video resonates with you, best believe, please share it with somebody, because we all need to be ourselves this season. We all need to be present this season, and we all need to be content with the life that we have. And if we are not content, let us shift into being happy, being okay with what we have. Because if we are not okay with what we have, then why are we being alive? Why are we being present? Yeah, these are deep conversations. And if you enjoy deep conversations, definitely hit that like, share, and subscribe button and share it with so many people. I do think there are people who have these thoughts, and they want a place to share it. They want a place to speak about it. And I think this is one of the places where we can talk about it and engage more about it and see where it takes us. Because at the end of the day, shifts are here to stay. And it's no matter how uncomfortable it is, this is the world we're going to live in. So thank you so much for listening to me, and I'll see you in the next video. Ciao.